There's an artist that is really getting noticed for her creative photography here in Arizona, and her name is Rachel Gibson. Her talent has caught the eye of many musicians, including the Valley's own Alice Cooper. Here is Rachel to tell you about her work and journey.
I mean, I took pictures all the time since I was a little kid. Me and my sister, when we were in high school, we would always buy the little, develop throwaway cameras, and we would just go on a weekend, take pictures, and, get them developed. That was our fun thing to do. And then I went to college for animation, and I had a class that I had to do some kind of, photo story for, and we actually had to buy little digital cameras. So it was this was 2001, so it was the really chunky old, this is an amazing digital camera, but it's not. That was my first real digital camera experience, and I really liked it. I ended up being really good at Photoshop. I kind of just picked that up really well, and so even though my camera took really bad pictures, I was able to fix them really easily because I knew Photoshop. And at the time, nobody had really, it wasn't as common as it is now. Then I had a bunch of friends on MySpace, and I started taking their pictures and making dumb little Photoshop collages for them. And then I realized every single one of my friends' top 8s was some piece of art that I had done. All of their profile pictures were, and I was like, maybe I'm doing something that people like. And then I just started kind of just randomly shooting anybody with my little Olympus, little tiny camera that didn't have a lens or anything. It was a zoom. My sister was living here, and she picked up a camera, and she was like, "Oh, you should get back into photography." I started doing photography too, and I was moving back to Phoenix, and she got some gig with some burlesque show called Scandalesque, who wanted us to do a shoot with some of the girls, and they wanted to pay us money, and she was like, no one had ever offered us money for this before. It was what do you mean they want to pay us? We don't know what we're doing. And she's like, no, it's cool. I said yes, and we're gonna do it. And we didn't have a business name or anything, and they're asking us what our names were, so we had to figure it out. And she was like, I don't know, everyone always says our work is surreal, and we're sisters, let's just call it Surreal Sister. And so we just had to kind of put that together really fast. And for Facebook and stuff, that's just sort of how that all happened. My photography is a little bit different. It's not really specialized towards portraits or anything like that. It's more artistic and geared towards horror and sci-fi and just anything weird and different. I'm attracted to a lot of different styles that are colorful but also dark at the same time, and just kind of mixes them together. I don't know that I have an exact direction in mind with it, but I'm just sort of going where it's taking me, if that makes sense, because had I aimed wherever I thought I was aiming, I probably would have aimed wrong. So I'm just sort of, I feel that all these different opportunities come along, and I just sort of try to say yes to whatever I can and see where that takes me. And if somebody wants to hire me for something, the technical aspects of photography I understand really well, and I can do event photography, I can do all of that, but probably conceptual art photography is more of my passion in it, and what brings me joy through it. And I consider myself more of an artist than a photographer, because a lot of the elements in making the photo, finding locations and building the weird pieces, and we do all of it. Please just visit my website, surrealsister.com, and you can message me directly on there, and I check my email constantly, because I have so much, I'm always on my email, so I will respond pretty quickly. Also, you can hit me up on Facebook or Instagram under Surreal Sister Photog. You could hit me up there too. So.